Confession time. Okay, so yesterday on Facebook, I got in a flame war over astrology. The thread was written by a Sagittarius, and it was calling out Libras for being kind of slutty. My part in it, I was sending sarcastic gifs. Kind of mild, but still boundaries like, you're being a little extra, you shouldn't have said that. Look at who you're talking to, have some fucking respect, kind of thing. I pulled out of the conversation because I realized they're just being a troll and obviously feeding off of energy. I'm probably not even actually a Libra, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're just shitposting to shitpost and be nasty on people's pages to be nasty. Those new to astrology, Libra is the Aries opposition. So that means we oppose each other, but also carry similar vibrations. And the North Node is in Aries right now. It's conjunct my Mercury and Venus, and also Chiron, which has been sitting on my Mercury and Venus since last spring. My wounds, my mother wounds, all my wounds that won't heal have been wide open. I've had to talk about them. I've had to deal with them with cravings and ways to cope, and art, ways of using my art to communicate them. So it's been kind of crazy. It's been manifesting in really random ways. My relationships have been doing that too here and there. Those new to astrology, Libra is the Aries opposition. So that means we oppose each other, but also carry similar vibrations. And the North Node is in Aries right now. It's conjunct my Mercury and Venus, and also Chiron, which has been sitting on my Mercury and Venus since last spring. My wounds, my mother wounds, all my wounds that won't heal have been fucking wide open. I've had to talk about them. I've had to deal with them with cravings and ways to cope, and art, ways of using my art to communicate them. So it's been kind of crazy. It's been manifesting in really random ways. My relationships have been doing that too here and there. Aries motto is I am. It rules the self, the identity, the body, the brain, the self-awareness, that inner child that hasn't grown up, that's just kind of the infant and just wants things, and it has a lot of grabbiness, like in the grocery cart, wants to put everything in, just really impulsive. And then we have the Libra, whose motto is I balance, and is all about separating this from that, friend from foe, openly making declarations about that, identifying your space in your relationships, what you do, what your exchanges are, what the literal balance of everything. That's Libra. Boiling this down, the thing that this Libra said was, that got to me, that I'm making this reel about, the whole point of this reel, is she said, I thought you guys were real. I'm surprised you're acting this way. I'm surprised at all of you for reacting negatively to what I said. And I was kind of like bamboozled. Very bamboozled. Because she came in swinging, calling my friend personally a name. And then by nature of that, the original poster, who is also one of my dear friends, the same name. And so I went into Aries defense mode. It made me want to openly declare her incorrect and fight to the death, basically, and defend people, which very Aries, very. I forget that there are people who operate daily with the misconception that spiritual people won't smack your ass back a couple timelines if you've done something to wrong them. Like, they think you're just going to turn the other cheek or be a doormat. And that's not the case. You're talking about fire signs, okay? This was Sagittarians and Aries versus Libra in this conversation. You're not going to not have a martial reaction. My mind was so blown that people think spirituality is synonymous with not having boundaries. That's wild to me. This is just a little PSA. Don't test your spiritual people. They've made friends with their monsters and they can see yours because they've done all the introspection, they've done the work and looked at their own subconscious. They're not going to back down. I highly advise you listen to the song from Marco with an X. It's called Harm. The hook says, I mean no harm, but still I'm gonna kill ya. And that's pretty much the essence of what this whole reel is about, is we aren't out here starting fights, but we are out here throwing up boundaries and being like, fuck no. And we will make sure that you face a shadow or two by the end of the conversation. And that's the part that's going to terrify you the most, is at the end of the day, you're still going to be locked away alone with your thoughts and the shit that we told you that was the truth. And it's going to f you up. It's the people with a pure heart and love in their heart and a great vibration, high vibration. Like, they work on themselves every single day. Those are the people you don't want to start shit with, because you're going to rocket yourself into a healing spiral that you're not ready for. I promise you. Our ancestors have our back, and they're going to assist the process long after you hit that block button. That is my message for Tuesday. Tuesday is ruled by Mars, and I was born on a Tuesday, so let's get it. Let's get out of the South Node of Libra and realize that we all have this self-identity and we're all trying to be important to ourselves, and we all need acknowledgement. Like, the separation is in our minds. Spiritually speaking, we're all the same. So let's get it.